We're back on the Sabres Show in downtown Buffalo on the bridge that leads from the Naval Park over the commercial slip, part of a comeback story for Buffalo. An even bigger comeback story is that of Teppo Numminen as he returns from open heart surgery.
It's kind of funny. I never thought I'd be 40 and teams are calling to me.
He's the guy that was just quoted as saying, almost apologizing for his age of being 40 years old and saying, I know this sounds silly, but, every summer I try to think of ways to become better. That's not accidental that those players are, in the league that long and are that good.
You won't hear out of Teppo Numminen's mouth how good he thinks he is, especially at the beginning of training camp.
Training camp is not my time of year, really. No, it's not. It's always I'm a slow starter. It's a battle to get back where I want to be, but in the past I have made it, so hopefully I can do it again.
The journey to simply have the opportunity to do it again is a story in itself. What Teppo thought would be a routine checkup for a heart condition that he knew one day would have to be dealt with ended up being an immediate need for surgery. It's news that shocked a man that most know as very even-keeled.
I'm going to remember that day the rest of my life, and I think there was my life before that day and life after it.
It's definitely a high-risk procedure because you're actually repairing the aortic arch, which is a major vessel from the heart, and also the aortic valve, which the aortic arch sits on.
Aortic valve repair surgery required completely opening Teppo's chest, increasing the recovery time past just the repair of the heart.
His surgery went very well in Cleveland. The biggest complication that we were waiting for was the recovery of his sternum. Given the fact that hockey is a contact sport, we wanted to make sure the sternum had healed completely.
Teppo was determined to return to the ice. He did, in January, but was soon told that he needed more time for healing to be complete.
Just thinking back what happened and how I felt the next couple months after the surgery, and how hard it is for your body and your mind as well. So it's been a long journey, but I lost hope a couple times, but it is amazing I'm still here.
Yeah, it's interesting you say you lost hope. I mean, so there were some times where you doubted yourself and that, am I doing the right thing coming back?
Well, I don't know about the right thing coming back. It was just that, you always question that, like, you have to get the confidence after the surgery knowing that, well, you have to live through it, that everything works. Everything got fixed. Doctors said everything went well, everything is better than it was, and you're going to be healthier than you were in the past. So, but even if they say that, you still have to live it.
The Sabres were finally eliminated from the playoff hunt with one game still to be played, in Boston. The time had come for Teppo to test his trust.
What a great sight, Teppo Numminen playing his first game after missing the whole season.
In a nothing game like that, my feelings was, does he really want to play in a nothing game, and ask him, do you want to play? If you want to play in this game and you think you're ready to play, I'd love to have you in the game.
Kalinder eases it over to Numminen. Numminen up to Mayer.
I watched him from the press box. Lindy watched him from behind the bench. You got back, wow, he makes the game look so simple.
Numminen comes up with it. Numminen took a shot. And
with just one game under his belt, a long off-season loomed.
Early in the summer, that's what I went through it. I thought about it every day, should I play, should I not?
Lindy and I spent a lot of time on the phone with him, on a conference call, on a call with him, kind of just putting the cards on the table, that this is what's at risk for you, this is what's at risk for the organization, this is how we can make it work, these are the conditions under which it has to work. Nothing is going to be given to you, you're going to have to come and do it.
I just found out, I'm still halfway on my journey. My journey is still to be back in the same way I was before the surgery. and that's being regular NHL player that I've always been.
On August 8th, the Sabres announced an agreement with their veteran defenseman to a new one-year contract. And Teppo reported 3 weeks ago for his 20th year in the NHL.
It's a hectic day. There's so much going on. You know, you check your gear. There's lots of going on. Doctors, trainers, coaches, people, media. So you just want to get it over with, and you know, get that first week done.
In a bit of a display of irony, players' heart rates were literally displayed for all to see on the HSBC Arena scoreboard during the opening days of camp, part of a new program tracking the ideal conditioning for all players.
You know, it's the little things that make a difference, and everybody understands that. So everybody really pays attention, and you know, make sure everybody does the stretches and workouts and the nutrition and everything else that you know, you have to do and keep an eye on.
Meals here.
Teppo stayed home as a split squad traveled for the first 2 preseason games, but the respite from game action was short-lived, as he made his first appearance on home ice in over a year, wearing the C, September 27th against Toronto.
You didn't seem to be weighed down by the big C on your jersey.
Oh, it almost came off in a third period. I don't think I was skating that fast, but it was kind of funny.
He impressed and surprised not just himself, but the players that thought they knew his game.
He's probably been my biggest surprise since I've come to Buffalo. You know, I played against him a lot, but I never really realized how good this guy is, and he's going to be a big factor, big help to our blue liners.
He's all but answered the question, can you come back? The question now, how many more years can you play?
Like last 10 years, I've been going year at a time. Like you go over 30, 33, people start asking, so how long are you going to play? So, you know, it's the same question, and it's still the same question. And last 8 years, same answer, year at a time, and see how things go. And so I still enjoy playing and play the season and see where we're at next summer. And, you know, if everything's good and everything's fine, you know, why not?
You can watch the entire interview with Teppo Numminen right here at Sabres.com. Now, coming up next on the Sabres Show, Mike Robitaille will try to find out how Darcy McGear and Lindy Ruff have become the longest tenured GM and head coach duo in all professional sports.
We could be here for a long time on that discussion.